I'm put.
What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to another 5 Rounds show. Tonight you're with me, MP, and on my top right is Patrick, and on the bottom there is Fred, and Wantali on the bottom right.
What's
How
happening?
you
What's
doing,
happening?
guys?
Oh, good. How you been? How you been?
Oh, been
Good.
great.
Been a long week, I'll tell you that.
It's been a long week. Is that new merch, Fred? I see the colors are so different,
Same
and that's
word,
so
bro.
unique. Oh, that's a unique
We
color.
advancing out here, bro.
That's a
Mine's,
unique
mine's on a
color.
mine's on a different vibe. You get me?
Yeah, we keep moving, man. We don't stay on the same vibe. We keep moving up.
Oh, it's
That's what
crazy.
it
It's
is.
crazy, man. It's crazy. Listen, guys, just to catch you up for this week, we thought, we'd switch it up because realistically, I would say, for my part, in my opinion, I would say the pandemic really, brought in that wake up call. Like, I turned out to start evaluating my finances, and in most of the times I was looking into the news, and the most of the conversations that I picked up was people talking about financial planning and how they would adjust to financial planning. And on top of it, it just drilled down to the idea that I saw a lot of people, and I know a lot of people that were living on paycheck to paycheck, and they lost their jobs, like during the pandemic, and they were living without emergency funds in that moment. And this kind of told me to learn about tactical budgeting, where I had to budget ahead of like everything else. And I'll be honest, at a young age, I never knew about this. To be honest, I never knew about this until present. And I just thought maybe, this discussion would be, shared on with the guys and just try to learn about all this. And before I go any further, tonight's, topic is financial literacy important? Because I'll be honest, I found myself in a very, very tight squeeze. I couldn't have managed to, go forward with without budgeting and everything. But anyways, guys, not to bore you for long.
Before you go in for the first question, can just say something,
Yeah.
guys. Please, we welcome you in 5 rounds. Please subscribe, share this video, as we're here to give you this knowledge that we have learned and individually as well. It's very important because we're basically talking about personal issues as well, you know what I mean, and how we came into our financial state. So please like, subscribe, and share. Please follow us on Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, uh, Twitter. We are everywhere at the moment. Please show us some love. Please, I would say throw some love hearts, but I would say just
Throw
put a
some love
notification and
hearts.
everything.
Throw some love
Oh, I
hearts.
see. I see. It's that time of night. It's that time of night. Okay, I see.
Let's go in deep.
That's a good wake up call. But guys, before we start off, I know I just ruined a heavy word there, financial literacy, but let me just run you through it. So, financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively use your financial skills, like just be able to throw in money here, money there, and stuff, and being able to manage your personal finances and budgeting and investing in so many different things. Talking about budgets, right? I was just thinking there, guys, if you were looking, let's say Fred, if you're looking to, if
MP,
you're
MP,
looking,
before MP, sorry
yeah,
for cutting you. Before you go on, let me just ask you to stop leaning into your mic. It looks like you're spanking it. So every time you hit it, it's like you're spanking.
all
Just
right, sorry about that. Is
or
that
move it
okay?
away, or move it away from you a bit, maybe. Because
Yeah.
every time you lean in, it looks like you're either. But anyway, go on, man, go on, as you were.
Oh, great stuff, great stuff. Just to add on there, on our team there will be having on Ovi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, guys. How are you?
Oh, good, oh, good. Yeah, chuck more money. Yeah, all right.
What it do, what it does.
Yeah,
What it
that's
does.
it. That's
Yeah.
What
it.
it do,
Thanks for
what
joining
it
us
do,
tonight.
what it does. How was the
Thanks.
Friday, boys?
Okay.
Amazing, amazing. I hope you had a great week. I hope you had a great week.
Sorry.
You've
Hectic,
been
boys.
missing, man.
Hectic.
Yeah,
Hectic,
very
hectic,
hectic. Yeah,
hectic, yeah.
uh,
Finished early
I
today, so
yeah.
yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. But then you know what? I think you came in at the right time, Ovi. So I'm
Over the
gonna.
building.
I don't know if you were catching up on the show just earlier on, and I'll just say, okay, tonight's show is why is financial literacy important? And I just gave in the definition there of financial literacy. Financial literacy is the ability to understand, to use your financial skills and pay all this, pay all that, and stuff, right? So just not to bore everyone, just to start off with the show there, I'm just going to start with you, Ovi, right? I know you've been thinking about that house. I know you've been thinking about that car, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Putting you in
me,
the spot.
listen, I don't
Yeah.
even know if I can pronounce financial.
Just ignore it, man. Just ignore it and talk.
Just ignore it. Just ignore it.
Financial what? Eh?
Financial, financial the thing,
Financial the boom.
Yeah, financial. Okay, financial brains.
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah,
so let's get.
You don't want to be twisting L's and R's around this place, boys.
Yeah. So let's get into that heated conversation, right? Okay, Ovi, I'll give you a little minute to think about this. Fred, maybe you might be the man for this, or the guys might give us the answers there. Guys, watching out there in the audience, there's a simple question I'd like to ask you there. I would just like to say, if you're looking to buy a house or a car next year, right? How would you go about it, and to ensure that you bought that product that time next year?
All right.
Fred.
I'm Fred, guys. 5Roundz. Let's start off.
Yeah,
Anyway,
got your name tags there, man.
just to for me,
Okay.
speaking on a personal term, how I would approach this type of thing is obviously the options. I'm married and I have a wife and then she got relatives. You can also do that by you can you move into somebody's house just for a month, just for a year, save up enough money to buy that house. So you can have an agreement on how much you can pay that person just to rent that room. So only that one person can actually be paying the rent while the other one's paycheck can be going into the savings. So that would be a faster way. But if you're like single as well, so basically you find the cheapest room you can get. Doesn't matter how it looks and everything. Obviously, you look into security, whatever. Doesn't have to be the worst place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you cut down your eating habits into a minimum. You say you buy groceries for €50 a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that means you can go above that budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stick to
Yeah.
that.
Bloody
So
hell. Look, man,
You
Vanessa's
become a
beat me to
minimalist. You become a
All right.
minimalist in your activities. You don't go out. You don't do that. You sacrifice those little good habits you have to do. You know what I mean, in order to reach your goal. So once you're saving, and the good thing about in Europe is they tell you to save an amount. For example, let's say 20,000 for you to put down to get a mortgage. You know what I mean? The bank also adds on some money for you to get a house.
Jeez, man, you're throwing in those financial jargons, man.
Hold on a second before you continue. Vanessa says, look, either save up for a car or buy it on finance. I think she's just gone straight to what
that's another thing as well. You know what I mean? If you and you have to have good credit as well. You can't just go out saying, "Oh, I want to get a car, be paying you." They look at your credit history. If you do gambling, they're not going to give it to you because they know, like, this guy is not trustworthy. You know what I mean?
So let me understand something. I think the question the question that MP has asked is, if you're buying a house or a car, what would you do? What would you do to make sure you buy the car, right?
What would you do?
It's you, not. They're talking about you, Fred.
Yeah, because Fred, I mean, you.
I've
for
actually
me,
have explained on the house part.
Well, yeah, you said you're gonna start saving, but you don't even know
I've
how
already
much.
started saving.
You don't even know how much the house costs. So how much are you gonna be saving?
No,
you're saying that it's gonna take
you
a
have
year.
an idea. You obviously look around. You have an idea what type of house you're looking at. You look at the range and how much you need to save up. You're starting money to save up. You don't just save something. Just I'll find out later. No, you have your range and how much you want, the type of house and how big it is, how many bedrooms you want.
My question is,
go on,
sorry. My question is on that, Fred. If you're on minimum wage, would you be able to afford to buy a house?
Yeah, you would. It just takes longer.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, it can even be quick, depending on what you're doing.
Depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a 2-bedroom house, the prices are different, in houses as well. The prices
but
are different. If you're in a big house,
sometimes you don't need to work hard, work smart.
All right, I didn't know about that. Bantali, there, you were saying.
So I'm going to get into the comments again, all right? Trying to get the guys in the comments to chime in a little bit because there seems to be some financial experts in the comments here.
Okay.
So what's happening, Vanessa? Vanessa says, look, that's a bit contradictory, Fred. If you have bad credit, even if you save, the banks won't give you a loan for a car or a house. You know what I mean? So this question is
I think the bank can only, I don't know if it's a couple of years or a couple of months, they look for your financial like statement and stuff. So I think I have to look into that more, but
Fred,
I think there's a range of how
so
far.
right about now you're planning to buy, yeah?
If you have a mask and the gun, you take any loan from the bank.
Listen, it's almost like we need to bring Vanessa on, man. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, my question is, Fred, once again, right? So if you want to buy a car or a house, do you just go straight to saving? Do you just go, okay, I'm gonna start saving? Like, okay, basically you said you find the price of that thing or the price range of it, and then you start saving, right? That's what you would do to buy a house, right? Okay, my question is, under what conditions? Do you know what I mean? What conditions are you looking at here? Are you saying that your credit is okay? Because Vanessa, they're saying you have to fix your credit. So are you saying that your credit by the end of the year is going to be essential for you to get this car? Are you also saying that the affordability check, you're going to pass that based on what you're earning? Because MP asked, if you're on minimum wage, are you going to be able to pay for a car, right? So those are the other things I wanted to ask. There was one more question as well I wanted to ask on. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's start with one question. Start with one, then I'll start from there. If you ask me so many questions,
okay.
Answer
that for us as well. Like, if you're looking to buy a house or a car, like next year, how would you go about it yourself?
The first thing I would do is research, right? The first thing I would do is find out how much that car is going to cost me, right? Obviously, Fred went for saving first. I'll check how much the car is going to cost me. What I need to do to get that car, all right? So, i.e., credit checks, whatever it is, need to get my details in order. Make sure maybe I don't have any court judgments, whatever it is, So I'd find that information around getting a car. Look at the options. Should I just buy it outright? Should I get it on credit or what? All right. That's the first thing I would do. Now, depending on the choice I make, I will look at my earnings. All right, because if I'm going to buy this car outright, then I might go for the savings option, like Fred said. Look, this is how much the car costs. I'm going to split. I'm going to start, saving this much, right? So that way I don't have to think about my credit score or whatever it is. I just get in there. I want this car. I'm gone, right? But then if this car is expensive, right? And obviously, I guess it's maybe, say, half or twice as much as my yearly salary, then obviously I have to look towards credit, right?
True.
If I am looking towards credit, I have to consider these things like, obviously credit score, the application process, where I'm living, insurance, how much it's going to cost me to run the car and all these things, because that will be my cost when I buy this car. You know what I mean? That'll be the first thing I do. The second thing I will do is find out what it takes, again, to acquire this car financially. So if it needs a deposit, if they say, okay, you need 10% of the value of the car, then I know how much I need to save. I know exactly how much I need to save. Save that money up, but keep in touch with this car dealership, maybe even book the car, go for a test drive, whatever it is, or the house. And start looking at other things that I need or may need for the car. So not just save up for the deposit, but save up for everything around the car, basically.
All right. But it sounds good because that sounds really good as well. Like I think it's in line with Fred's explanation there. Ovi, you want to hit it up and tell us how you get your first house or first car out here?
If you're talking about a car, I'll never get a car on finance. I'll never go get a loan to buy a car.
Why not?
I'm gonna tell you that straight up, G. Because every car that I bought in my life, I never ever went to take a loan to drive a car. If I'm going, I would rather walk. I would rather cycle. I swear to God. the last thing that I just have as a principle is get a car on finance or go on and get a loan to buy a car, because I find it that it's a bit like I know I understand. I would why it's a car, you know what I mean? Like you can drive a Mercedes Benz 2021 model, just came out yesterday, and they can drive Toyota Corolla 1987. What are we both doing? Getting from point A to point B.
Nah.
I have a counter for
Go
that.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, don't be smart on that one. Do you know how much you're gonna be? Do you know how much you're gonna be charged with that old car of yours? Yeah.
No. Listen. No. Listen. Don't go into that. You're only thinking. You're only thinking about that when you're here in Europe. When it goes to Africa, that's a different gamble. So
but where are we right now?
Yeah, but
when in Europe. Okay, who are we talking to? Are we only talking to Europeans?
We're talking to
no, we're talking to
We're talking to
if you go to America, insurance is not the same way you working here, or if you taxes, road taxes, it's not the same way you working here.
Okay, but Ovi, where are you now? If you
I'm in Europe. No problem. Okay, no problem. 212 this year and 2012. You're not going to be a difference. I can tell you, someone you'll be driving a Mercedes 212, and I'll be driving a car that has got a proper smaller engine, 2012, and I'm paying less.
These are the points. These are the points why we need financial literacy out here.
Guys, my point is, okay, you can be paying the same tax and insurance less than me, depending as well how you've been on the road. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
No.
Okay. No. Hold on a minute. Let me just make the comments real quick. Obi, we'll get back to your point.
Yeah, let me finish my point. You should let me finish my point.
Okay, go on, finish.
Yeah, because guys, what you're looking at, I'll tell you what another point that I'm saying is it doesn't make sense to me, guys. It doesn't make sense to go get a loan or get a car on finance. No, never. If I want to buy a car, I'm gonna hustle and just go and pay it up straight and start driving it. Okay. Because even a car that you get in finance, the moment you drive it out of that shop,
I am glad you said that, Ovi, because even if you buy it outright, the value has gone down as well, which means you've already lost money either way.
True.
Either way. But then you've lost money to something that you're going to be paying for the next 2, 3, 4 months or 2 years. Or you've lost money to something that you're done, you're paid with it. You don't owe anyone. What if tomorrow you lost your job? How are you going to pay that?
You return the car. You return the car.
Return the car.
Return the car.
Okay, so you return that. You are finished.
But Ovi, if you lose.
But okay, look at me. If I lose a job when I bought the car fully, I lose a job tomorrow. Okay, I owe no one. I can sell that car and still have money. You return the car. Your credit score has gone bad.
Well, no.
You don't have a car.
No.
Yeah, but you're assuming that I don't have that money to buy the car. You're assuming.
Yes.
You're also assuming that people go for finance because they don't have money. That's not the case.
Yeah, but
it's not always that you don't have money. Sometimes that money you want it for something else.
No, I'll tell you. Okay, I think I just went that way, kind of way. A car.
This guy bottled it when he said 1998. You bottled it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just giving. No, listen. That's just an example. My whole example is just trying to say that just because you're trying to look fancy to drive on the road and someone is not looking fancy, we're doing the same thing. You're getting point A to point B.
I believe not. Like, yes, a majority of people might buy, a Mercedes or BMW or something to look fancy, but sometimes it's they know that they're meeting their financial obligations and they know that they can afford that kind of car.
Hold on a minute, guys. There's some comments here that I need to.
Because what I'm going to say, guys, I'd rather do that if it's a house. If it's a house, yes, but not a car. Luxury.
Yes. Oh, why not? It's the same principle, is it not? Anyway, hold on a minute.
Same principle.
Yeah.
Can you sleep in your car?
All right, calm down. Vanessa says,
calm down.
Fred, if you have bad credit, it takes 7 years to fix it. Is that true? Is that Ireland? It takes 7 years?
I think that's Ireland. I wasn't really sure on that one, so I think she probably just
because the UK is 6 years. It's not 7. But then
within 6,
it's not
7 years. Also,
you've got to understand one thing: having bad credit and having a dent on your credit score are two different things. You know, like you're
True,
having bad credit means your credit is low for a certain. There are many reasons why you have bad credit, which I'm sure MP you're going to cover, right? Maybe I shouldn't go too deep into it, but there are many reasons. You know, but then when you have certain things like CCJs or things that put a dent on your credit, then it takes
gambling as well.
It takes
CCJs.
7 years for that to fix. But if you have bad credit, you could fix that in a year. You could fix that in a year if you wanted to. So anyway, let's see the other comment. The other comment is but OV, not everyone has disposable income. People are forced to buy cars on finance because of life, having kids, moving far from the city as well. Okay. Those kind of people, you really need to take a look at your finances before you decide to go on finance. Do you know what I mean?
But you know, the thing that thing is saying is because is when you're having kids, obviously there's a partner. There's two of you. Both of you in jobs, so you can move quicker that way. You know what I mean? So even one person loses, there's another person working.
And on that note,
income coming in.
And that
on that note,
that's good
Patrick
for your credit score.
is the last one to answer this one, Patrick.
But guys, when you say Europe,
everyone else, and
when you say Europe,
Patrick.
When you say Europe, guys, I just want to say one point. In Europe, as you said, we want to give an example in Europe. In Europe, you don't have to do finance on a car because little money can also buy you a good, valuable car that will keep you running as much as you can.
Punto.
No, I'm not talking punto, guys. Listen,
puntos are good. What's wrong with the punto?
I'm talking about because I bought a few cars here in Europe and good cars.
Okay, cars. So why did you sell the other one for the next one?
No, not even to sell them. Listen, I bought nice, reasonable cars that. The same car, somebody will go get it on finance and will pay a lot of money just because
why
it's out
do
of
you keep changing if the nice car?
All right.
I sent them home. I sent them home.
Okay,
guys,
please.
Just to raise it here. I know this conversation can carry on all night, but we haven't heard from Patrick on this end to say, Patrick,
Patrick has got a bicycle. Don't ask him.
Actually, believe it or not, I'm actually about to invest in a bike. So
see, a scooter.
Not a scooter, a proper bike. So okay, is it the same thing about the house and?
So let's say, for example, if you're looking to buy a bike, like if you're willing to buy it this year or next year, like how are you going to go about it to ensure that you buy that very expensive bike? Because I think the durable ones are like around like 700, 1,000 or something like that. Like,
who said expensive bike? No, this guy.
just putting it
out.
Quite
expensive.
Okay, look, guys. I've been listening to all of you guys. For me, I've listened to different types of people recently about the way they're buying their house. I've got a friend who's buying one in a mortgage. He's excited. He did the same thing as Freddie's doing. He went to the in-laws' house, stayed there, saved as much as they could, got a bit help from the bank, and now they have their own house. Then they'll carry on from there. For me, I don't know. I am going to put this as me, just for me.
Yeah.
I don't like buying things on mortgage or buying things like on credit. Just the fact that I have done it in the past with a phone. And if I fail the phone, I failed
My brother.
No, listen, hold up. If I fail the phone, I don't think I'll go that path anymore. That's why these days my phones are cash. My laptop runs cash. I used to have a laptop also from what's that?
Carrie's PC World.
Carrie's PC World. Yeah, it was the same thing.
I remember the touch one.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. That one. So what I'm trying to say is, right now, if I'm about to buy a house, I'm gonna give myself a target of how long it's gonna take me if I can afford it. If not, look, I'll continue doing what I'm going to be doing, staying renting to the rest of my life. Because guys, I'm just scared. I don't want to get in debts anymore. I don't want to one day to be on my deathbed and say that, I still owe that mortgage.
They're gonna be chasing you.
So look, I'm gonna answer you.
If I resell it and then pay back whatever.
Yeah, look, if I
let him finish.
Yeah, so for me, I don't know if I will be able to do this, but if I became serious and say I really want a house, I think I'm gonna hunt down and see where can I get the cheapest house ever.
Yeah.
But first of all, by
see.
getting a cheap house, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to maintain it also. So I also balance and say, is it worth to get a cheap house or just go for that mortgage I'm trying to run away from? So there's a lot of research. That's why I go with 130.
And the neighborhood.
Even when buying a car, guys, you have to look at your pocket. You just don't say, hey, let me go get that car. So I'll look at my pocket. I'm also going to understand that, look, if I'm a new driver, how much tax am I going to pay on this car? There's a lot of things involved. This car I'm getting, is it a car that's going to be able to look after the whole family, or it's just a car for me to walk around with the sun, with the roof down, and for me to drive down the beach? So you have to look at a lot of factors, you know. And you also remember, let me just finish it here. Somebody like me, obviously, who's got kids. When I'm about to buy something, I have to look
for the estate.
Yeah, the money. I have to look at the money that if I decide to do this, am I going to take money away from this? So whatever I'm going to afford or whatever I'm going to save is going to have to be the extra cash that I don't need. So basically, we're talking about alcohol money. And
tomorrow I'll give you €5.
Yeah, take away money. So that's for me. That's just for me, guys. Just for me.
So can you read the comments here? They're very interesting.
Read the comments, bro. Let's see what's up.
So Vanessa says, look, but Ovi, you forget that the car you're talking about is probably more expensive than just getting a brand new car. Okay. Then she says, when you factor in NCT, insurance, etc., you are better off with a new car. Okay.
No, guys, I'll tell you this. If you buy a car that is 1970 something, your tax is actually cheaper than a car that is brand new that came out just
because that's
vintage. Vintage.
Yeah, I know.
Vintage. What are you talking about?
Not vintage, classic cars.
Classic cars, yes.
Classic cars.
Guys, only cars.
But classic cars are expensive to buy outright. They're expensive.
Of course they are. Of course they are. Of course they are.
And expensive to maintain too, because you have to maintain them as special people.
True.
So again, they go to say, but Patrick, you forget how life works. It would take you years for you to buy a house. People have kids and need to do what is necessary to provide for their children. This is how life works.
True story.
I was this kids to say F them kids.
No, wow. Oh, did the kids hear that?
Did you just hear Daddy? Daddy, did you hear Daddy? Daddy, what did you say? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Oh my gosh. Vanessa says you need to put at least 30K as a down payment at the rate the world is going at. It would take it would take years to buy a house. A lot of Irish people are still living at home because of this very same reason. And this
true story.
This goes to say classic cars are very expensive to maintain. Thank you, Vanessa, for your active participation. If there's anybody else in the comments who would like to add their opinion on finance, please. We have a lot
of people watching on Twitter. We have a lot of people watching on Twitter.
Guys, just to I know like you guys are so excited to talk about everything, but just to keep the show going, I just want to go to the next question because we've been stuck on on one question for so long, right?
Absolutely.
In the explanations that you all have explained on yourselves, you pretty much touched on nearly everything that requires for a person to have financial literacy skills, to say you're up top notch, you have all that because you pretty much touched based on how you create your budgets for the year. You pretty much looked out to yourself to say you pay yourself first, because you can't go out trying to spend money there without saving for a rainy day and stuff. And on top of it, you're touching based on paying your bills. That's the way you could actually improve yourself, to say you're trying to clear off all the debts and stuff like that. If you have a credit card, in terms of the credit that you're going to be paying for the cars and all that stuff, you'd be paying that just to make sure that you continue the certain states, as well as you touch base on the credit reports. Guys, it is very important that you pay attention. If you're in certain parts of the world that really pay attention to credit scores, be sure to just maintain your credit score at a an average score that would actually allow you access to, avail certain credits when needed, not when wanted. Because if you go for a want, you're going to end up into another financial debt. So moving forward, yes, Patrick, go on,
Yeah,
please.
I've got something to add.
Mr. Teacher, sir, how do we do that?
Wait! I'm sure he's gonna get to that. I'm sure he's gonna get to that. I just wanted to just make it this simple, right? Financial literacy is broken down into 4 principles, right? 4 principles, which are income, expenses, assets, and liability. So the money you earn, the money that goes out, all right, what you own, what you actually own that has value, and the things that could maybe, I guess, damage your financial health, something like that. So the risks to this financial stability. These are the 4 principles that you
strip clubs.
MP, please continue.
That is true. All right, so that brings us to the next question. So, with all this discussion, guys, do you think is financial literacy important at this stage? After you've expressed yourselves, do you think financial literacy is important, and how did you know about it, or do you know about it while you're growing up? So yeah, that's the next question there.
Okay.
Now, do you want me to answer that?
Yes, please, Patrick.
Look, for me, right? First of all, I'm gonna say I didn't know anything about it. Because where I'm coming from, they don't teach you how to deal with money. I think so. They never teach you. The best thing they teach you is they'll never give you money until maybe a certain age, until maybe you do something. When the time they give you money,
who's they?
I'm talking about your parents. By the time they give you money, they'll give you money exactly for the lunch that you're going to buy. They'll know exactly that Banan Samosa will cost this amount of money, and then they'll give you that money for that. So look, for me, that's another thing, that's the downfall. So I never knew anything. Like, I never knew how to save money. I never knew how to spend money, and I wasn't taught at all. Nobody showed me what other things you can do with money.
Even in school.
Yeah. In school, all you did is you go there and they just say 1 + 1 2. You know what I mean? But I'm saying.
Nah, to be fair, he's right. He's right. You go through school and you're like, hey, what's business? It's the process of goods and services, money, income, and outcome. That's it. You're just memorizing things. They're not really telling you what exactly you're learning here.
I think that is actually a problem. In school, they don't teach you how life is out there. They just teach you things from the book. So, for example, sorry to cut in there, Patrick. I just wanted to add this in.
No, by all means, cut in, man. Cut in, man.
But I was in Malawi. The moment I came into Ireland, I think reality just hit me, because I knew financial literacy not from reading from the book. I knew it from life. Life was teaching me. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, you need to save, or they'll kick you out of this house.
Yeah.
So slowly, I was learning this type of things. Like, oh, I need to save for food. Oh, I need to save for a bus to go to school, work, and all this stuff. So these things were being forced upon me, because if I didn't do them, I would be stranded somewhere.
You made a good point there.
And before I knew it, and then after a couple of years later, and that's this is financial literacy. So basically, these countries, they teach their kids at a young age. You see kids 18 years old, they're moving out of their parents' house. But if you go in Malawi, Africa, 18 years old, you can stay with your parents even if you're 30. Doesn't matter.
But that's not exactly a bad thing,
It's not a bad thing. Depends on how you use it, because it's not. For example, like what you're saying, Wantali, if you can still remain at your parents' house here in Europe and save, by the time you save enough to leave the house, that'll work for your advantage as well. But in Malawi, people don't think like that. You just like, I'm home. When they see money,
I'd go clean the car. Your dad's car is outside.
It's those type of jobs. If you want money, go clean the guy. Oh, go and cut the grass. Those type of things. They didn't teach us. Okay, you need to learn how to do this. Yeah. Even here in Europe, the parents that live with the older kids, they help pay bills. You know what I mean? They teach them how to pay bills. Like, oh, you pay bills. If you want Wi-Fi, you pay a certain amount. If you're working, pay something for the rent. So it's something that's implanted into their head. Even when they leave, they go with them. So those are the type of things that I've learned, and also learning now as well, like in business wise and all this stuff. So I think it's very important in Malawi if we start implementing this type of tactics, not only book smart, but also be like life smart as well.
Yeah. Can I finish now?
Listen, what Fred was saying there. Normally when you don't learn about financial literacy and it literally just slaps you in the face, you're at that point where your parents were. You're at the point where your parents were, where probably every average Malawian is. I need to get money so I can pay for my rent and then pay my debt. Then I'll have nothing, or I'll probably owe somebody. Then next month I need to pay this debt, pay my rent. It just keeps going like that. So it becomes a short-term plan, But and that's what Fred was saying. Look, I had to learn to save for my bus journey. I had to learn to save for this. You think of the short term because that's what you're learning at that time. But what financial literacy makes you do is prepare for the long term. Do you know what I mean? Prepare for everything that's coming, because that's just the first slap in the face. After that, you start thinking about what's going on. I just wanted to shed light on that.
For me, to be honest with you, I only know now that it's important to look after your finances and how to spend it and how to save up and how to be financially comfortable. I'm not saying that I'm that comfortable like Bill Gates, no, but I'm at a point where right now I have the confidence to say I can open my account openly, freely, and not throw the. If somebody opens my account by accident, I cannot hit the phone like this, like give me back the phone. But
you're doing good, You're doing good.
But how I learned it was also painful, like Fred, because when we went to Russia, me and my brother, that's where, like, when we got the money first, we had our first cards, Visa cards. Me and my brother, we spent all that. We were just drinking, and everybody, and you could see that, you could tell who comes from a background where they don't know anything about finances, and majority of us, and it was quite funny. It was Malawi, Zambia, who were together, and we were spending so hard like this, spending all this money, and then we had nothing to eat, and then we had to go and start buying that some Russian food. It comes in a dough, and there's a piece of mince at the bottom boiled, and it's covered in a dough. You have to boil them and eat them. Those are like dumplings. Yeah, dumplings. Yeah, like those. If you eat that, the ones that are cheap, like from from a local shop with that brand, you must know that this guy is struggling and suffering.
What?
God damn!
I love dumplings. What you on about?
Yeah, man.
The quality. I'm talking about the quality. So that is how we slowly by slowly throughout the years we were still doing it. Just enjoying, because you never had money and your parents were giving you all this money in dollars, by the way, and you were just excited. Never knew how to spend it, never knew how to save it. But as you saw the pain of how starving is, or looking at somebody eating a chicken wing or drum in your face, while you can't afford that, you started budgeting. I noticed everybody started having a list of things to budget. We could sit down and say, dude, if you go there, you can. If you go to that spot, you can buy this, and that's how everybody learned how to handle their money. So that's how I grew up learning about it. That's why Russia, after Russia, all the years I stayed there, when I came to Ireland, people were surprised that me and Kelvin, even though Kelvin, that's my brother. Shout out to my brother. I don't like him, but anyway. So me and Kelvin, we came here. Even though we're drinking, we still had money to pay rent, and we still had money saved up to always have food in the fridge. The fridge was always packed. We always had money for everything. Everything was budgeted. So people were surprised that they used to tell us, so you guys are hiding money in the house. When you're in the house with boys, you guys are hiding money. No, we learned how to handle money, save money. So it is important. And people who are watching out there, it's even including myself, because I'm doing it. We have a savings account for the kid here, for the Revolut card, for him to be able to save money every time he spends. Teach them while they're young, because it's going to help you. Because if you don't, trust me, you end up like me and my brother, who you send them somewhere else, and or maybe you're not there. Things just go crazy with the money. That's why in Malawi, before I go, that's why in Malawi this is common. When the parents die and they leave money back, what happens to the kids majority of the time? They end up becoming poor. The money just gets spent. Why? Because you never teach us how to save money. Open us a savings account. Come on, man.
All right, okay. You guys are ahead and fire. One tally, you want to take this one?
Okay, go on.
Is financial literacy important? And how did you know about it, or do you know about it?
Is financial literacy important? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's important to have financial literacy, I think, because everything is dictated by money, by currency. Maybe not everything, but most things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for you to acquire something or to have the best things in life, you need to have money. So if you're going to have money, then you need to be financially literal, because it's the same as having books and not knowing how to read them. You might just use them as firewood. You know what I mean? Not knowing that there's more value to these books, So yes, financial literacy is very important. And like Patrick said, you need to learn these things early, because if you don't, you end up with that theory of books. You have money in your hand, which could take you further, but you use the money as, the books, use it as firewood, or, use it on things that, do not help you,
Unreal.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that there are, there is a set method of, of being, I guess a money maker. If that was the case, we'd all be millionaires. Do you know what I mean?
True.
There are different ways.
There
are different ways to do it. But if you stick to the principle as this, right? If you look at your earnings and you are saving something every month, then you're doing something. You're not just, the money's not just coming in and going out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
true.
At least some of the money needs to stay. You need to invest in yourself. That's what I would say.
That's what he just said. That's smart, guys. Invest in yourself. Self-investment is very
important.
You really do. I mean, when Patrick was talking about opening an account for his son and whatnot, I wish that happened to me. I didn't have an account till I was 21. I didn't have a bank account till I was 21.
God damn.
Most of those times I was just I'd get the cash, go and use it. Get the cash, go and use it.
Chihuahua. Chips in the street.
Yeah. Because for me, that's what money was there for. For me, I thought money was there to be spent. So I would take the money and go and spend the money, So I had to learn that there's certain things you have to do, certain plans you have to make, So yeah, I think it's important. It's very important.
And to add on that type of note, guys,
I still haven't talked, that on this one. What's wrong?
Hold on. Guys, I would suggest if you want to learn more about the business side, just start a small business. Doesn't matter how small, whatever. Learn to sell something and just acquire a lot of knowledge by doing that. You know what I mean? As for example, we have the 5Roundz merch. We are learning day by day. We are learning new things, new designs as well. So we're basically our own example at the moment. So please show us some love as well on the merch, as you can see. Please like, subscribe, and share. We're on Instagram, Spotify. We're on Instagram tomorrow at for 1 hour this time. So it's going to start at 8 o'clock, finish at 9, and then we're going to space, and we're going to finish starting at 9 to 10.
Yeah.
Right. So please share and show us some love. Peace,
guys.
Yeah.
Show.
Yeah. Alvi, take it up.
For me, this is how I operated, and this is how I always operate. And this is how my mom operated, and she taught me how to operate that way. If you have money, if you are able to save 35% of that, what you have, savings, you've paid all your bills, and you still have something remaining. Blow it.
I did not expect that at all. I didn't expect that. I thought to myself, what?
You got it.
I thought he was about to do something smart. I was like, let me learn this. I'm about to learn this.
I know. Before you go any further, I know you're going to go into how you blow this money. Do you know what I mean? But listen, I just wanted to go back to Fred's point, because Fred was saying, look, you have to start a business. You don't have to start a business. It's not the only way, to invest in assets. Assets
I didn't say that's the only way.
They're not.
You're going to get people slinging stuff in the streets, bro.
Exactly.
Start a small business. Come on, guys.
You should also remember what I said.
You go see Patrick tomorrow morning on the corner.
Start a side hustle. That's what I was trying to say. Start a side hustle. Just to teach yourself how things go. You know what I mean? And I gave an example of what we're doing. I didn't necessarily say go into business. You can invest your money. There's those options as well.
And this is why I would say it's important to have these basic, these basic principles. Is my income enough? Okay, that's the first thing you think about. All right, are my expenses too high? All right, do I have assets? Okay, so if I stopped getting income, would my assets help me? If whatever happened, how many liabilities do I have? I.e., the big Bentley that I have outside. Is it taking half the money that I'm getting paid for? Do you know what I'm saying?
BMW.
Am I stripping tendencies? Are my subscriptions? That's the biggest problem in this day and age. Subscriptions. Netflix. Subscribe to all kinds of things.
Prime.
You know what I mean? Things that you do.
Prime Extra. Disney. Just get the fire.
Don't start plugging your business. Anyway, back to you.
Nice. Guys. So as I was saying, guys, me, that's how I was taught. My mom told me, I swear, and that's not a joke. If you can, whatever you get, if you can spend 35% of it, and say that you can't touch it. You have your bills paid and all that. The rest, blow it. Blow. Hey. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Okay? There are certain people that have saved 90% of whatever they've had throughout. And they never got to enjoy it.
That is, you know what? That's a good point. That's
what she told me. She said it on Twitter. You can save everything. But you can never enjoy that. So make a plan. Okay, if it's not 35%, okay, guys, even 40% you've saved. But you have no bills.
I think that would actually apply to people.
That's an increase.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying an example. Maybe for different people. If you feel I believe in, guys, you are here for a period. If you have something, enjoy that as well.
You have kids. You have to think about the kids as well.
Of course.
Any of them have kids.
But if you always work that way, they will never help themselves.
Hold on a minute. Vita, sorry, but you gave him the wrong advice here. All right. Look, this 35% thing and blow it is not the way. I know what you're trying to get at here, and she gave you half of the right message. I think a lot of people get misconstrued in I'm going to plan for the future. No, what financial literacy is there for is not just to help you plan for the future. It helps you enjoy now, but also to make sure that you are there to enjoy the future. You know what I mean? So if you plan properly, you could say, out of that 35%, let me spend 15, then keep the 20. You know what I mean? That way you are still enjoying now, but you're, doing a few things later.
And you're also avoiding debt.
I see you shaking your head, Ovi. I see you shaking your head. If you are earning a low income,
look, if I get 100 euro, if I get 100 euro, 35 euros, I've saved it. That one I won't touch it. That's the savings, okay?
Yes.
I have 75 euros. Out of that 75, do I have any bills?
You have
listen, wait.
You've saved 35. You have 65 euros. So get the
if I've got 6. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. Sorry, 65, not 75. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. 25 is when you have 75. Sorry, my bad, guys. So, out of the 65, if at that time I got that 100, on that 65, is there any bill I have to pay? No, there's none. At that moment, that 65, kacham. But if next week, if next week I pay this, I keep the 35, I have the 65, and there's 15 bill, there's 20 bill, and this bill, I am left with nothing. That week I'm not going to chill.
So what if? Why can you do it this way? If that week you don't have any bills, instead of saving 35, why not save 65 and then spend the 35?
My man. Guys, life is too short. Guys, read the comment.
The comment. So Kelvin says, "I'm with you, Ovi. Life is too short. Enjoy them kids. Enjoy them kids will have to work and make money.
Make their own deals, of course.
That's what. No. And Kelvin yourself, don't be a hypocrite. All right.
No, guys. I swear, the type of people when You go, enjoy. You don't look at the account. You look at it on Monday or Tuesday.
I wouldn't wish that on my child, man. I wouldn't, not at all.
But you see, that's the thing, because I'll tell you, see, like even my parents, I was saying, like they would save something for you, but they'll never tell you. They want you to do your own thing.
Yep.
I don't know. But anyway, go on.
All right, guys. I think we've been talking about money a lot. I'm gonna hit you with just a little question. I would like to figure out where your head's at, because then, Ovi, you seem to be enjoying your money so short that you can't, you don't even want to think about that 70% or 60 whatever percent that you just threw out. So I have a question for you guys, right? I've got two options on here, and I need you to pick one option, right? Just to get where we're at with this, financial literacy. If I give you two options, first to give you 5,000 today, right? I'm going to give you 5,000 today. Or the second option would be, I'll give you €1 that will double up every day for 30 days. Which option would you go for? Ovi, so I just need you to give me an answer. Option one or option two.
These are trick questions. Them trick questions.
Yeah. So
my friends,
I gave you,
my friends, let's keep this simple and straightforward. You think give me €1 every day is gonna last longer? No, give me the 5. I do my own thing, you do your own thing.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, some people think that because that 5 I can make more plans. You give me €1, it's very small. That's very small a day. Yes, I know I can eat every day because I have €1. I'll go get a burger. But 5,000 I can invest.
Ovi, I get your answer. Patrick, what's your answer? What's your answer there?
How do I go get a burger? Did you just hear this guy go get a burger?
Yeah.
So wait.
I'll give you $5,000. I'll give you €5,000 cash today. Or I'm going to tell you, I'll give you €1 that'll double up every day for 30 days. Which one are you going to go for?
Wait. So the €1 will double up every day?
Oh, it's double up. Oh, so if today, sorry. I get that. Okay, so if it's €1 today, tomorrow it's gonna be €2, then it's gonna be €4. No, take the €1.
This is why they say read your documents before you sign. learn all of these things, people.
Hey, this is
financial literacy is very important.
Okay, what if I take the 5? What if I take the 5 and invest it in something?
Of course.
I did the math.
No, me, I'll take the €1 because the €1 is doubling up. Tomorrow is €2, the next day €4, the other day €8, €16.
€16. And then 30.
32.
These options are always quite simple, because the question, that there's a trick in there somewhere. So we know already that it's gonna double. The double is so look, everybody's taking the double, because let's just say you have to teach a man. What's the thing again? You can teach a man how to
It's 2 to the power 30, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 to the power 30, and then you get your money right. Your money right will be about
a lot of money.
But if this question had to be that you take the $5,000 or you be getting €1 every day until it's 5,000, then I'll take the $5,000.
No, we're just
without the double.
Okay, all right, Ovi. I'll teach you this. The fans and the people in the audience there. Here's a story. I was just coming up with this because of you right there just learned something new. This is compound interest, right? This is something that most people are not taught in life to say. If you're going to save something or if you're going to borrow something, there will be some interest generating behind whatever money you've put in or taken out. So compound interest is interest when you earn interest on both money you save or money you borrow. So in this sense, you could leave maybe 10 grand today and it'll be on a certain interest. That money left for a couple of years will multiply using that interest and it'll grow. But if you rush into taking that 10 grand now and trying to spend it all and stuff like that, you're going to lose out on a very, very, rewarding amount. And this is the stuff that we were all not taught, like in school. I only learned it in class, but then I didn't know how it applies in real life. Yeah, Wantali, go on.
I wanted to ask you, man. Listen, when you talk about saving, what exactly are you talking? Are you talking about saving money in the bank, or are you talking about investing money You know what I mean?
Under the bed.
Yeah. So just to not get more complex with this, right? Savings can be in many forms because a lot of people doing traditional banking, they only know about their savings account, and when they roll into when they sign up on the form for an account, they go, I want to you have to have a current account as well as a savings account. But in that sense, in those savings, there are different savings accounts that you can go for, fixed deposit and all that stuff. So all of these things are things that you need to learn from professionals. We're only here on a level of just trying to hint you on what is really important to note in life. When you're saving money, always go to the professionals that they will show you all the options that you have for the little money that you can actually save up for your future. So saving up can be in different ways, investments and all that stuff. And you can be one of those people. You're putting your money over in Bitcoin, whatsoever, stuff like that. That's an investment over time, and you can grow your money over time. And you never know. You might be that rich person in the future. And so
I would suggest they should invest, because the bank always take a certain amount. Even if you're saving, the bank still takes money out, you know what I mean? So you can save it there, you're just making the bank rich. But if you're investing, you're getting something from it as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The bank only lets you save because they're able to spend your money, make more money, and give you back what you put in, basically. Yeah. That's what the bank does.
Oh, I want to invest in you, Fred, because it seems you're talking sense.
Well, basically, if I was looking at the short term, I'd invest in a credit broker, because credit brokers will have high interest anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if they have high interest and you're investing in them, their return is high in a short period of time, right? Which means you're making a more amount than you would putting it in an ISA or putting it in a savings account, whatever it is you want, or even a bonds. You know what I mean? You're still making more money on it. So that's what I'll do anyway.
Use your money wisely. Just so we just have a few minutes, right? And I think one of you guys touched on credit right early on, and I'm just gonna ask the question, because then all of you right there.
Yeah, we asked you, how can you fix that?
How can we fix that? We want to know.
Okay. I got a trick for that one.
I think I found it out as well. Go on.
I got a trick for that one. So do I have to explain on how can I fix credit?
No, tell us.
Yes.
Okay. We want to know.
Okay. The first question is, right? While you're thinking about this question, I'm going to be explaining about this. Do you think credit is good or bad? Right? So
credit is good. That stuff is good.
You think?
But my credit is bad.
Yeah, my credit is bad, but that credit is good.
I would say credit is good or bad depending on where you're coming from. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who can take credit and make good use of it. For example, buy something that can bring them more money into their business.
My friend, not profit and credit.
So guys,
wow, are you trying to get us sued? What's wrong?
Yeah, you're trying to get us sued.
That wasn't part of it. We're going to go into that.
Don't worry.
It has its advantages and disadvantages depending on how knowledgeable you are, I would say.
All right, so guys, sorry in the audience there. I'm just going to give you a hint of what credit is. Credit is the ability to borrow money and also access goods or services with the understanding you will be paying later. So you're going to get this stuff and you'll be paying later on. Yes. So that's what credit is. And do you think credit is good or bad?
I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. Credit is good if you're getting credit to invest in something. Do you know what I mean? But credit is bad if you're getting credit to buy something you can't afford. And the thing is, credit is also bad because of the way it's advertised. It's normally advertised for you to buy what you can't afford. You know what I mean? So that's what I think anyway.
I'm a go on. No, I think credit is good because it helps you do stuff that you couldn't do because without credit. No, because guys, let's be honest, guys. You guys are laughing. You think I'm joking, but I'm just saying because I've often taken a loan just to go on holidays, do some stuff, enjoy yourself, and then I paid back. I paid back But I couldn't do that stuff because I couldn't have that money and don't go. You know what I mean? And credit, I've done credit to buy things that I'll resell and make money and pay back to credit and still have profit. So I think it's good. It's good.
So it's good because you feel good on holiday. That's what you said, right?
That's brutal.
No, holiday first of all. No, first of all, guys, I'm taking credit to go on holidays, enjoy, come back. But I'm taking credit as well. That's good because I enjoy. But I'm taking credit to buy something that I resell to make more money, pay back to credit, and still keep the profit.
So Ovi, you said you took credit to go on holiday, right? So for example, so if you spend, for example, I'm just gonna, because I don't really want to expose your expenses.
Yeah.
If your holiday cost you, say, about €100, right? Obviously, we know you're a baller, so it won't be 100. So if your interest, was, I don't know, I'm no accountant here, but if your interest was, say, I don't know, €1 to the £100, £1 to the €100. Sorry, €1 to the €100 that you borrowed. Over maybe 30 days, right? If you haven't paid that by the end of the year, you will have owed the creditor €12, right? Which means you have eventually paid more for your holiday than you would have paid if you used your own money.
But if I ain't got no money, I was gonna go to the holiday. So where do I sign?
So what it doesn't matter. But what you need to understand is when you're paying for that holiday, you're taking that 100, right? But just know that you're going to pay 100 and something for that holiday. So more than you had to pay, basically. Just know that.
But then look, what's the worst they're gonna do? They're gonna put me in jail because I owe money.
Oh my God.
No, guys, I'm just talking for other people out there, guys. You need to think outside the box.
This is good. This is good because he represents most of us. I've made the same mistake. I've still made the same mistake.
Guys, you should think about other people that still have those brains. This is what OBE supposed to be like, oh no, I'll take credit to do something good. You know what I mean?
That is true. There are people out there who still do it. We can sit here today and say, don't spend credit on this.
Oh, come on, bro.
In the next minute, we're buying alcohol with credit cards.
Exactly. Exactly, guys. You know what I
mean? Patrick there, do you think credit is good or bad yourself?
First of all, I know time is running out, so I'm not going to answer this because it's been answered by everybody. But before we close, I want you to answer, how am I going to fix my credit?
All right, so here's a quick one. Here's one of the many ways that you can fix your credit. Using your credit card, right? Your credit card is something that is good and bad for you. It all depends on the discipline that you have. A credit card is one way to increase your credit score, to show that you have the ability to pay for some services that could be provided to you by credit terms, and in the sense where when you're buying your groceries, instead of you using your debit card to show that you were able to, pay certain expenses, you can use your credit card to do all this up for the whole month. And at the end of the month, you can pay back onto that credit card the money that is in your savings account and top up in that credit card. While you're doing that, the banks will appreciate what you're doing in that sense. And they'll appreciate, and they will rate you on a level differently to the moments where you were just having your money in the savings and your money was in the savings and just generating either a positive or negative interest depending on the bank that you're you're operating with. So that's the one way of many that you could actually improve your credit score.
That's a very good point. In a nutshell, if you're going to take credit, if you use a credit card, right? If you're going to borrow that money, pay early and pay more than you're expected to pay. Those are the two things that build your credit very quickly. The other hint I would say is the way it works. I don't know about in Ireland, but the way the UK works, they look at your overall credit, right? So if you have a credit card that has a limit of 2,000, for example, right? They expect you to have at least 75% of the money on that credit card still in there. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
That's what they expect you to keep it at. So if you ever fall below that, you become a risk, because anything below 35%, or say, for example, anything below 30% of your credit card, so a third of your credit card, they start feeling that you're a risk, you're a credit risk, basically. That's what
you're blowing. You're
keep it
blowing.
at 70 above.
Does this also work for those websites that allow you to take credit, then you buy a product, then you start paying?
Yes.
It also works.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate
there you go. Guys, most of all, I would like to say thank you for, being part of the show and explaining your parts on financial literacy. It has been very insightful to just, pick up all the knowledge from all of you guys. Guys in the comments, thank you very much for, participating in our, conversation here. We hope that you take something home. Most of this information is available to you on the internet, on YouTube, wherever you can, access it. We're not professionals to be advising you on how to spend your money or how to budget or how to operate with certain credit facilities and whatsoever and stuff like that. We're only here to just touch base on certain parts of financial literacy that we were not taught as growing up as youngsters, and now we're old. We can see the most important parts of it. If you ask me a question, do I wish I knew it when I was growing up? Yes, I wish I knew about financial literacy while growing up. And I think I would speak for the few or many, but we would all agree at some certain stage. And guys, on that note, we'll just close up. And what's the name of the show?
Hold on. Sorry. Just sorry to stop you on that one. I just wanted to let the guys know we have a question here about Kelvin asking if we are going on Spaces. No, we're not going on Spaces after this. But if you've been reading the thingy, the text on the bottom, guys, IG Live. 8 p.m. every Saturday. Then at 9 p.m. we're on Twitter Spaces, guys. All right, Twitter Spaces. All right, so make sure you follow us on there. We will update the text at the bottom. Every Friday we discuss a topic, 7 p.m. All right, every Friday on YouTube we discuss a topic, guys. And obviously we do bring out interviews and reaction videos and all kinds of things. So many things coming. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you're up to date. Otherwise you're falling behind. All right, so MP. Please take it away.
What do Scooter?
Woo! And on that note, guys, what's the name of the show there?
5 Roundz.
Until next time.
Cheers, bro.